Hello, 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 hello out there. Is everybody's favorite black conservative in New York, Christopher Wright, here to do another one of my infamous walk and talks. So, the question you might have today is, what is the topic of today's walk and talk? The topic of today's walk and talk is going to be illegal immigration. Yes, very common topic going on right now in society, so you know your boy had to talk about it. So where I stand on illegal immigration, to be honest with you, illegal immigration I feel is a problem in society. Main reason I feel it's an issue that we're having in the country is because of what is brought with illegal immigration. Okay, a lot of illegal immigrants are coming over here, you know, are bringing different issues when it comes to crime, also bringing elements when it comes to, you know, just medical issues related to education, you know, of course the criminal aspect as well. But either way, it costs a lot of money to take care, you know, of illegal immigrants coming to this country. So it falls on the taxpayer's dollar, you know, citizens like you and I, of course. And, you know, as you know, the common case, what's going on today, what everybody's talking about, is a situation that happened with the young lady Mollie Tibbett. You know, as you know, she was, you know, this situation happened to her where she was murdered by an illegal immigrant, and that whole issue starting to pop up. And it's unfortunate it took a murder of a young lady like Mollie Tibbett for people to finally start talking about this, because a lot of people who've been looking at this for a while know that she's not the first one who's dealt with, you know, an illegal immigrant coming to this country and committing a crime. Either it comes to murder, or it comes to rape, child abduction. There's a lot of different things that occurred in the past before her. So it's kind of unfortunate that it took this much effort for people to finally step up and say, hey, we have a problem here. But at least the conversation is being had, which is good. So we need to, you know, come together as a country and figure this out. Because, you know, as citizens, it's not that we're not the only ones that face the problems here. I mean, you gotta look at people who immigrated here legally. You know, they're very upset when it comes to illegal immigration. They have a big problem with it. You know, they had to go through the system properly, go through all the passages, take all that time waiting, and they finally get to immigration, and then somebody sneaks across the border, and they get housing in sanctuary cities, medical care, you know, education for the children, all of this for illegal immigration. Like, as an American, if I go into any other country and expect to have housing, you know, work, job for me, health care, taking care of all that, they will laugh me out of the country. You know, this is me as an American. So if I can't go into a third world country, or any country for that matter, and expect these things, why should somebody who comes into our country, you know, America, the greatest country in the world, why should somebody be able to come here and just reap all the benefits of the taxpayers here? And you got to look at it another way as well. When I look at legal immigration, I look at the fact that we have people coming over this country, and they are, you know, economy-wise messing things up, because they're coming over here and they're working these jobs that normally pay, say, $8 to $10 an hour. And a teenager would be the one who's responsible for this kind of work. Oh, one second, you know, I'm crossing the street. So a teenager usually would be responsible for this kind of work, but we have a full-grown adult who come over here who's willing to do the same job for less, get paid under the table. And, you know, of course, as an employer, who are you going to hire? You know, the grown adult who's experienced in work, in the work field, who will only work 50, you know, 60 hours a week, or are you going to hire the kid out of high school trying to get his first full-time job? You know, when I was out of high school, my first job I was making in a warehouse, I was making cutting pipe about $12 an hour. And that was in 2003. And so now you think you can get that same job for $12 an hour? Yeah, right, they'll laugh at you. Because they know they can hire somebody who comes over here legally, who will do the job for a lot less, for a lot more hours. And that's messing up the economy, because now we have these teenagers that would be working right now, out in the streets hanging out, you know, not worried about getting a full-time job and not looking for work. And it just messes up the element, the mentality of the youth in America, and also messes up our economy, because we don't have people, you know, willing to go out there and look for a job because they know it doesn't pay much for their first-time jobs. So that also affects a lot of different things as well. So we got to look into that, okay? Now, another issue I have with, illegal immigration is the fact that when people come to this country illegally, they get a lot of stuff that, could be going, a lot of taxpayer money can be going to other places. For example, we got $75 billion yearly we pay tax-wise when it comes to legal immigration, when it comes to health, education, medical assistance, all of that. And that's how much we pay for it. And if you kind of do the math on that and look at it, in a yearly basis, we pay $70 billion yearly for all our colleges and universities for, kids to go to universities here. So technically we could, if we took away all the legal money put towards legal immigration, we could pay for every kid in America, or every young person in America, to go to college for free and still have some money left over to, play around with, put on roads or, building schools or construction in general. So you got to think about it like that. And not to mention the wall that everybody says, oh, Trump and his wall is so expensive, it's crazy that the man wants to build his wall. The wall is will cost $70 billion. That's still $5 billion less in a year that we pay for immigration, and still have $5 billion left to play with, and $100 million yearly after that to take care of the wall and maintenance. So if we just took care of illegal immigration, you know what money this country would save, and we could put to other places. So it's something that we really need to consider when it comes to illegal immigration, is just the cost effect, the effect it has on the economy, and at the end of the day, are they really putting the money back? Because they get paid under the table a lot of times, and they end up sending a lot of their money back to their country. So they don't even put it back in taxes when it comes to buying merchandise. So it's just like money right in their hands, and they get all this assistance from the government. So technically, if you look at the math of it, they're making just as much money as somebody who's making $80K plus a year, because the government system when it comes to housing, medical, education for their children, and then they're getting paid under the table tax-free. So do the math on that. And these illegal immigrants that are, over here, they're struggling, life is so hard, they're better off than a lot of citizens in this country. And in my opinion, doesn't matter what country it is, nobody should be in a country as an immigrant and better off than the citizens there. That's why I voted for, another reason why I voted for President Trump, is because he said often, Americans first. And I'm an American as a black male, born and raised mostly here. Spent 5 years in Europe for military reasons, but my dad and everything, but mostly born and raised here. So, I should, when it comes to anything government assisted, anything that benefits the people, it should benefit me before it benefits a legal immigrant. Not just me, but any other citizen of this country. It should be that way. And it should be like that way, like I said earlier, in any other country, the citizens, get first dibs in a way, is what it is. So that's my message for today's walk and talk, is, I'm choosing to walk away from when it comes to legal immigration, and chosen to do things the right way. Because if you do things the right way, you can do background checks, all these things on citizens coming in, and, do moral checks. And when they come over here, they want to be a part of American society, like the immigrants that came over here in the 20s and 30s. When they came over, they didn't come over here and want to take. They came over here wanting to be an American citizen, wanted to be a part of the country. And that's what these immigrants have to have the same kind of setup. You got to come over here and want to be a part of the country, not come over here just want to bring your culture right to the country. So my message today, walk away from illegal immigration. Thanks for everybody's time. Enjoy the rest of your day, and God bless America.